Krishna. So Krishna is describing his opulences. Let's continue to hear his opulences and we'll discuss Śloka number 26 and 27. Aśvatthaḥ sarva-vṛkṣāṇāṁ devarṣīṇāṁ ca nāradaḥ gandharvāṇāṁ citrarathaḥ siddhānāṁ kapilo muniḥ. 27. Uccaiḥśravasam aśvānāṁ viddhi mam amṛtodbhavam airāvataṁ gajendrāṇāṁ narāṇāṁ ca narādhipam. So here Krishna is saying, Śloka number 26, aśvatthaḥ sarva-vṛkṣāṇāṁ. Of all the trees, I am aśvattha tree, that is the banyan tree. This banyan tree is very special if we see, even when it comes to the culture that is there in India. So banyan tree is worshipped in various festivals. And in chapter number 15, Krishna will give this example of aśvattha, the aśvattha tree. So in this way we see that this aśvattha tree is a very, very important one. And in Shastra also it has got lots of significance. So here Krishna is saying, out of all the trees, now just imagine Krishna is coming down to the level of trees who have hardly any consciousness. So in all the trees I am aśvattha, I am banyan. And then he says, devarṣīṇāṁ ca nāradaḥ. So Nārada Muni, so when it comes to Deva Rishi, the sages among the demigods, obviously there are many, many sages. But then Nārada is very special. Why? Because he is completely infused with devotional service. Nārada. Nāra basically means the mankind. And it means giving. So basically Nārada means the one who gives bhakti to others, the one who gives devotional service to others. Now such a personality is called as Nārada. And we see in Bhagavatam at so many places, Nārada goes and helps his various people and accepts them as disciples. Like for example, he preached to Dhruva Maharaj, such a great personality who owns Dhruva-loka. He preached to him, and Dhruva, he accepted Nārada as his guru. Prahlad, such a great personality, even Prahlad Maharaj's guru is Nārada Muni. In this way we see Nārada Muni is there throughout in various places, and Nārada is that personality who gives bhakti to others, who infuses bhakti in others. So here it is said, then in all the Deva Rishis, I am Nārada. And then it is said here, Gandharvāṇāṁ citrarathaḥ. Now when it comes to Gandharva, so who are Gandharvas? Gandharvas are basically those who sing very nicely. So there is a planet of Gandharvas where everyone is amazing singers. And in that, the topmost personality or the best personality, the best singer is Citraratha. So here Krishna is saying that I am that Citraratha. And this Citraratha is very much linked to Arjuna also. So it is said that Arjuna was the friend of Citraratha and he learnt singing from Citraratha. So there is a connection. So Arjuna might be thinking, Citraratha? Oh, okay. So here Krishna is saying that out of all the Gandharvas, I am Citraratha. And then he says, siddhānāṁ kapilo muniḥ. So Kapila Muni is one of the incarnations of Lord Krishna. So in 3rd canto Srimad Bhagavatam, Kapila Muni is actually preaching to his own mother Devahuti. And that particular discussion is very intense, which talks about various aspects of this world, the Sankhya philosophy that we saw in the previous chapters, and also how the child behaves and what it feels and how it prays to the Lord in the womb, especially what happens in the 9 months of the pregnancy, what happens to the child. All that is spoken in detail. So this Kapila, Krishna is saying that I am that Kapila. In the next verse, it is said, uccaiḥśravasam aśvānāṁ viddhi mam amṛtodbhavam airāvataṁ gajendrāṇāṁ. So there are two important animals which are mentioned here. One is Ashwa and other one is Gajendra. So Ashva means the elephant, Ashva means the horses, and Gajendra here we're talking about elephants. And both of them have come from amṛtodbhavam, while churning. When the Amrita came, just before that these personalities appeared. Now what is this Amrita? Where did it come from? So once what happened is the devatas, that is the demigods, and Danavas, the demons, they came together and they said, okay, let's work together and get Amrita. So what they started doing was, they started churning the milk ocean. Can you just imagine milk ocean? They are trying to churn that. So they got Mandara Parvat. It's a very huge mountain. And they invited Vasuki. Now to churn you need a rod and then you need rope. So Mandara was that rod and Vasuki was the rope. Huge snake Vasuki. So in this way, we see here that the churning started. And the first thing that came out of churning was the poison, called as Kalakuta poison. Now this poison is known for its dangerous effects. Just by smelling that, a person can die. So this poison, when it came out, all the Devi Devatas, they requested Lord Shiva that please do the needful. And Shiva came and then he drank the poison. But the best thing that he did was he held that poison in the kantha. And his entire kantha or throat became blue. And so one of the names of Lord Shiva is Neelakantha. So he drank the poison. And after this, many wonderful things started coming out of this churning. Because after poison, all wonderful aspects or wonderful animals, wonderful beings, wonderful jewels, they all started coming. The first thing that came in this churning after the this particular thing of poison, after the poison, the first thing that came was Surabhi cow. Now the Surabhi cow, according to Bhagavad-gita, the first entity that came out was Surabhi or Kamadhenu. So she is the one who gives lots of milk, and the great sages, they took that cow, saying, okay, we'll use the milk and clarified butter for doing yajna. And everyone agreed. The demigods and the Danavas, the demons, they all agreed. Now after this comes Airāvata. This is what is mentioned here, airāvataṁ gajendrāṇāṁ. So this Airāvata is a very special elephant. It has got 4 white tusks, huge. So this elephant came out of this churning. And when Airāvata came, so at that time Indra said, I'll take Airāvata. And that's how Airāvata is the Vahan or vehicle of Indra. So before Airāvata, and that is after the Surabhi cow, comes Uccaiḥśravā. That is, it's the name of the horse. Now this horse again is very special, and this horse, when it came out, so at that time Bali Maharaj said, oh, I want this horse. So Bali Maharaj took away this horse. So in this way, various entities came, and some demons took, some demigods took. So Uccaiḥśravā, here it is mentioned, uccaiḥśravasam, aśvānāṁ. So this Uccaiḥśravā, this horse, was taken by Bali Maharaj, that is on the side of demons, and airāvataṁ gajendrāṇāṁ. So Airāvata was taken by Indra on the side of demigods. And finally, after many things, finally at the end of this churning comes a personality called Dhanvantari. Now this Dhanvantari is none other than an incarnation of Lord Krishna. And Dhanvantari carries a pot, and in that pot was nectar. Now this nectar that was there, amrita, that's what is given here. Viddhi mam amṛtodbhavam. So this nectar is spoken here in this particular verse of Bhagavad-gita. So in this way, hope now we understood Uccaiḥśravā and Airāvata. So they have come from Samudra Manthan. And finally the last one, narāṇāṁ cha narādhipam. So in all the human beings, who is that? Who is the topmost? A personality who is very qualified. That personality who is very qualified and becomes the king, monarch. So that personality, Krishna is saying, I am that narādhipam. So here there is some point that is made by Srila Prabhupada. He says, amongst the human beings, the king is the representative of Krishna, because Krishna is the maintainer of universe, and the kings who are appointed on account of their godly qualifications are maintainers of their kingdom. So Krishna is maintaining this world, and Krishna's representatives are the kings who are maintaining the kingdom. And many kings have been there, like Yudhishthir, Parikshit, Lord Ram. They were all wonderful kings, and they would take care of the citizens very nicely, manage the kingdom very nicely. In this age, however, with the corruption of principles of religion, monarchy decayed and is now finally abolished. It is to be understood that in past, however, people were more happy under righteous kings. So anyways, it's a topic of discussion where the current system of administration that is there, that's not monarchy now. So previously, the kings were there who take care of the citizens very nicely, fulfill their needs and all that. So here Krishna is saying that I am that king, the righteous, dharmic king. That's what? That's me. So in this way, Krishna has explained now his opulences. So we can see he started from the tree, and then he spoke about the devatas. He talked about Gandharvas. He talked about the siddhas, and then he talked about horses and elephants, and then he talked about human beings. So in this way, Krishna has covered so many groups, and then he says, in all that, the prominent ones, it's me, O Arjuna. So let's continue this discussion and hear from Krishna more opulences in the next video. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna.